Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to game number 1 of the PUBG EU Pro Scrims. My name is Jorisar. We are on Miramar for the first of our 6 games tonight, celebrating some of the best players in Europe as they battle it out to earn the maximum number of points over this evening's Scrim games. Let's go ahead and hop into Miramar to start things off. There is the plane, and it looks like it's going to be playing its own little rubber bandy song. It can go ahead and do that. We will just watch the map anyway. Plane trying to overtake me, and occasionally succeeding, but I feel like I'm doing a good job of keeping up so far. And it's a 9 o'clock, oh, pardon me, a 3 o'clock to an 8 o'clock plane path, give or take. Most places that teams are going to be dropping normally will be reasonably expected to be covered by this plane path. Places particularly far up north will be inaccessible, but I think most other places are a little bit of a long shoot away, so things are looking relatively alright thus far. Do we have any areas that are being contested? Al-Azahar has Navi, but they're actually all piling into a vehicle and going north, so I suspect they'll be moving towards Tierra Bronca and Campo Militar. They should be doing alright. San Martin is always an interesting one to watch, with potential. Appear to be there or thereabouts, but TSM have got Hacienda and the like. It doesn't look like anyone is going to be particularly contested. 2 teams had Los Leones. We have Tempest and Redline. But again, they're relatively safely divided between west and east. First circle is going to be on El Pozo. Northwest of the map at the moment. The Sauna boys are long shooting into Pozo. FaZe Clan are not going to be contesting that. They've got their area around Monte Nuevo as normal, and Etiquette are reasonably close by. Team Liquid as well, comfortably in Picado. So, pretty much everybody chilling out and doing a relatively good job of avoiding everyone else here in game number 1. Navi is going to have this really obvious top rotation into La Cabrera, and maybe they can come down via Crater Fields or similar, so they'll actually have a nice rotate into circle. I don't really think anything in particular is going to happen to them. Elsewhere, the teams in Los Leones I might be a little bit worried about, because I'll tell you why. We've got Entropic here, we've got Team Liquid in Picado, and we've got Omican in Chumacera. All of these teams are going to be moving northwest, so think towards Fuzzface, where FaZe Clan are as well. And possibly rotating south to come via 22 Esports to La Drillera. That's also possible. However, if they do that, then where are the teams in the back going to go? So I'm looking at Snip Team. I'm potentially looking at Ends, depending on whether they go north or south. I'm looking at Tempest. I'm looking at Redline, and I'm looking at, like, where are they actually going to enter the circle in such a way that they don't get shot by these guys? That's going to be the question that they will be asking themselves. Right. You've stared at the map long enough, so let's see if we can find a little bit of action. Who is in a vehicle and rotating? We have Udir here. Not the most exciting rotation. I think just going to do a little bit of looting and then probably picking up a teammate or 2 as well if they don't have enough vehicles. SLR at the ready for Udir early on in the game. So everyone just getting locked and loaded weapons-wise. And we will have an M4 to complement that as well. 1 minute countdown until the circle starts moving in. But don't forget, this is phase 1. Takes a while to close in and also doesn't do that much damage. So the question really is early or late rotate. But hanging around in the blue is completely fine for now. I see a lot of people have spotted some of the channel point redemptions. Hello and thank you. I am not going to be chugging 3 pints of cola. But I will almost certainly be grabbing a pint of water in between games. And I appreciate the reminder. It's important to stay hydrated when you're gaming. It's important to stay at your best. Also very important to make sure you just stay at your best even if you're not gaming. In this case, I'm casting. So I do like having that reminder there, and I appreciate you guys helping me out. The push-ups and the sit-ups, not so much. But, you know, it's good to keep fit. Right. We have Snip Team all in vehicles and looking like they're going to be moving along the south coast. We are on board with Luke. Very pleased to see this choice of vehicle. It's going to be chilling out, enjoying the coastal route along Paraiso. Absolutely beautiful scenery. You'll be having a 5-star holiday. And you can definitely speed if there are no speed signs, right? That's definitely a thing. Rip the Venga bus. All right, we've gone for the shiny new car instead. That has ceased to be interesting then. Let's go ahead and take a look at TSM and the Adepts, who are more or less next to each other. Vard is moving off to the left-hand side of our mini-map as they go to the left of water treatment. The Adepts looking like they're going to move slightly further north. And just rotating in the other side of water treatment. So TSM and the Adept are going to be moving to a very, very similar sort of rotation that Na'Vi are going to be coming in at the back. A drop has come down next to Forever and Etiquette. Northern Lights are taking a look to see if they can grab this compound, but they won't be able to. Weth has been spotted by Perfect. Deciding not to take the shot at the moment, reporting back that a team definitely has that sort of junkyard compound, so Northern Lights are going to have to think about where else they would like to go. TSM have got the edge of Crater, so they're going to be playing around in this area. The other half of Etiquette, by the way, are still down south. Sort of in this warehouse compound. There are two members of FaZe Clan relatively close to each other. And Entropic have moved by as well. Omicron moving into where 22 Esports were. But some of them are still here, and it looks like Dark Choice, possibly with the barrel, might be thinking about taking a page out of Page, shall we say. Page is rolling. He might be about to roll up. Oh, he's been spotted. And Page and Vashku, I think, are going to try and engage Dark Choice here rather than run by and risk getting shot out of a vehicle. Yeah, look, everybody is stopping now. And they're rolling up 3v1. Page goes down. We're looking for Vashku. Finds Vashku as well. Only T-Bone left. T-Bone in the immediate vicinity. Can Dark Choice do it? That would be a massive blow to T-Bone and Omicron if he goes down in this scenario. T-Bone's off to the left now. We have to be careful. Being very aggressive. Jempty's come to join the fight as well. They don't spot each other. There was a second or two where I think they could have shot each other, but never mind. Jempty managed to get the job done, and Dark Choice goes down. Here comes the cleanup crew. Dex manages to find T-Bone, gets the kill as well. The rest of the team are here, and Omicron, after getting... unfortunately, after getting one of them, just weren't able to finish off. Dark Choice managing to get 2 knocks and bought the rest of his team time to come in and try and finish off this engagement, and that was frustrating. For Omicron, they decided to roll up and try and attack the single person that was left behind. Arguably an okay strategic move, but unfortunately 2 knocks just bought them enough time for the rest of the team to collapse in on them, and Omicron Sports are going to be out very, very early on indeed. Team Liquid now in and around Monty. Ibby is going to make an early exit from the game. They have got the northern side of Monty though. FaZe Clan have moved further north. A lot of movement happening at the moment. Mexi just holding the north end of Monte Nuevo by himself right now. Not that many people on the southern edge of the circle. Here come Ents and Na'Vi. Happy Hippie, thank you very much for the subscription. I do appreciate it. It looks like during the break, you guys are going to be watching me do my, what? You want to watch me do my stretching and my push-ups and stuff. You don't want me to just tell you I've done it. You guys are being particularly brutal, but we will see. Let's see how exciting the game gets. Maybe I'll just sweat enough talking about these guys, hey? Right. So, Team Liquid down to 3. They've got Monty. They're hoping for a southern shift right now. They are no longer at full strength. Ents have moved into the circle north side, just ahead of Na'Vi, but they could be moving into the Adepts at some point reasonably soon. Here is the next circle. It's almost a perfect donut. El Pozo and Crater Fields are in. Monte Nuevo is in, but only just. Who wants to rotate further inwards? Team Liquid certainly do. Let's watch Jeems. He's moving with K-Mind, and Mexi is going to be joining them very, very soon. How far north are they willing to go? You know what? I like this. This isn't the world's most ambitious rotation, because it's basically the minimum distance, but at the same time, you get 2 reasonably defendable buildings that are significantly closer to the center of the circle. Still waiting to see if a southern shift might actually happen. FaZe Clan were thinking about going for this compound, but obviously can't now. They'll have heard the vehicles moving in. And Gustav will have to be thinking of a bit of a plan B. Team Liquid FaZe Clan incredibly close. And actually, FaZe Clan looking like they might want to get a piece of this. Very interesting indeed. 8C with Gustav, just wanting to peer above the ridge and seeing if anyone is actually checking out the area behind the house. K-Mind is going to be awful close. That's Uber and Fuzzface. They get the knock on the K-Mind. That is going to be absolutely a signal for 8C and Gustav to start moving in. 8C, though, gets taken down almost immediately, but Gustav is able to follow up and defend his teammate. Going to have to try and... I'm not sure if that smoke is going to be enough, to be honest. Gustav needs to go to 8C quickly, not able to do so. Etiquette actually third-partying that from range. One more frag grenade going into the house where Mexi is. K-Mine still down and outside the compound. Will get finished off by Gustav now. And Mexi's in big trouble. FaZe are pushing in. Redline as well. This is not just a third party. This is a fourth party. We've actually got Tempest behind him too. That's Wookie Bookie taking out Gustav. And Mexi will get the point to finish off. This is awkward. Everybody moving in on this position. Fuzzface and Uber now left for FaZe Clan with Fuzzface inside the compound with Mexi. Uber is dead, unfortunately, and Tropic decided to roll up on him at the same time. So Mexi and Fuzzface now unlikely bedfellows in this compound. They tried to take the engagement against each other, and about 4 other teams decided we want a piece of this. Team Liquid and FaZe Clan feeling very much alone in this compound right now, and Tropic reasonably close to them. Redline within sniping distance. Tempest out and about, looking for more blood. These guys are very isolated right now, and they're on the southern part of the circle. I do not expect them to move very much. A lot of really, really early kills on some of the more well-known teams here. So FaZe and Liquid down to 1 each. Omican out early. Very interesting rotations leading to these as well. Snip team are engaging Redline. Marv has been spotted. The bolty from Naileup doesn't quite find its target there. That was very close to being an instant death. Evas, though, will be able to spot him from range and keep Snip at bay, so continuing to protect their teammates as much as possible. Snip team have to decide where their home is, because imagine this circle donuts, right? Where does Snip team actually rotate? They have to go through Redline, or they have to go through 22. I don't really see much of an alternative for them there. Here's the next circle. Ooh, it's a northern shift. None of these guys are going to like that. Snip team 22 should just about be okay. And Tropic, FaZe, and Liquid are going to be very annoyed. Tempest Etiquette might opt to go for a quick rotate, but I don't know how many vehicles Tempest have at their disposal. Raise Your Edge already on the move. On the southeastern side, we're watching Gamers 666. Do they opt to go straight into the circle there, or do they want to rotate a little bit further north? Let's see who's there. We've got Iroh in front of them if they go straight in here, but that's a 4v1 potentially. Iroh might get in a vehicle and rejoin the rest of his team because this compound's actually quite good for TSM. Rotating further north isn't that bad an idea either. You potentially eliminate the possibility of the people coming in over here. Redline going straight in. That gives Snip team the opportunity to move west, and 22 have moved into El Pozo as predicted. What are we going to do with Liquid and FaZe? Because Tempest are still very much outside their front door. Fuzzface has spotted Mexi and vice versa. They're not particularly happy. They were inside the same building, let alone the same compound. And that is Fuzzface that's going to win on this occasion. Team Liquid, therefore, are the second team eliminated. Fuzzface might now be able to sneak out, but there are 3 members of Tempest very, very close by. They've got a couple of knocks by sniping into the circle. That's Nowick from Entropic, who got killed inside of El Pozo. Reggie Beardo might be able to get through if they're quick, but a lot of other teams looking to potentially third-party this situation. El Pozo is now starting to get very, very crowded indeed. I quite like the position that Northern Lights have. They've got 2 people on the north side of El Pozo and 2 people south of Crater Fields. I think that is a good split to have, depending on what the circle does. They've sort of hedged their bets really nicely there. TSM occupying a reasonable compound, but they've only got the eastern side. Na'Vi appear to be in a little bit of a firefight versus Ents in the northern part of the circle too. So everything kicking off here, a little bit more of an unusual circle for these teams to play, and therefore at the 14-minute mark, we've already lost a couple of teams. FaZe Clan eliminated as well in 15th place. Really unusual to see Omic and Liquid and FaZe being the first 3 teams eliminated here, but no one hot dropped, for example. Everyone was reasonably civil with how the game started. This is just how the rotations played out, guys. So, very interesting the way this is going to... Oh, my goodness. Kemba must have spotted Tiksu in the junkyard. Yeah, he certainly did. Tiksu off on the right-hand side, thinking about rotating towards the right of that mound. Diggory should be able to spot something there. TSM taking out Etiquette. That's Code, Marco, and Hueth being the last two people left alive for Etiquette. And TSM over on the east side managing to take them out. They've got Raise Your Edge actually moving in very, very close to them. It looks like Ents and Na'Vi are being relatively quiet for now. So I'm going to move away and risk my cast a curse. Vex has spotted Raise Your Edge. Taking shots. Not landing anything significant just yet, although forcing Shiv to heal. Which is something. Next circle has popped. Let's take a look. It's firmly centered on El Pozo, so a massive potential for an urban finish here, especially with this major road running through El Pozo here. I expect a lot of teams to instantly rush into the middle of town. Now, I'm not sure that's necessarily an option for Ents and Na'Vi, because whoever runs away first gives a couple of free shots away to their opponents. Let's see if that ends up happening. Tiksu gets taken out. That was Senya with the original knock. No one able to res, which means Tiksu will be a point in Senya's favor. Rustamar finding a way out of there. We still got Diggory left out in no man's land. We need to try and get away with Squeaky there, and the tab is actually, well, keeping tabs on them for now. They just want to get away and get into El Pozo for free. And if anything, they're finding it frustrating that Na'Vi are not letting them do just that. A lot of shots being taken. The tab is basically buying time for the rest of the team to potentially get in position here, and Kemba is certainly giving it a go. Squeaky goes down, though. The tab using that peak ridge absolutely to his advantage. It's going to be extremely difficult for Squeaky to actually get rezzed, unfortunately, in this position. Diggory now spots the tab, and Na'Vi are potentially coming in for the kill. The tab actually getting Squeaky, but Diggory returning fire onto Kemba. This distracts Na'Vi a little bit. Senya now joining the tab. It's a 2v1, and Kemba hasn't been flushed yet, remember? Diggory needing to be aggressive here. The molly coming up the top of the mountain actually hits tab and takes tab down. This might be a good opportunity for Diggory to push. Only Diggory and Rustanmar left for Ents, and at the moment, Kemba and tab both down, needing to push up onto Senya. Senya keeping his distance. Not moving towards reviving his teammates. The longer this drags on, the worse it gets for both teams. Diggory definitely spotting Senya beyond that ridge. Let's go ahead and go to Senya cam. Diggory finish up the tab, and now Senya as the last person. No, I beg your pardon. The last person surviving here, but we have actually got Bestalock as well, further adrift. Will get into a vehicle and move out. So the question is, what's going to happen to Diggory? Diggory's got 3 first aids left. Is that enough? That might be enough? Oh, it will be enough if you... Oh my god, that buggy is flaming. You're going to have to do it. No real alternative. Right, our remaining teams are basically all in an urban environment inside El Pozo right now. Snip team on the west. Then you've got 22 Esports. You've got the Adepts and Redline. The Sauna Boys, almost smack bang in the middle of El Pozo, taking this warehouse as well. Northern Lights on the north side. Raise Your Edge right next to them, though. And with potential, keeping Tempest company over in the east. Meanwhile, the remaining members of Na'Vi, super chill on the north side. If they actually get a northern rotate, like a hard shift to them, out of El Pozo, this will be a high frag game for Na'Vi. Let's wait and see if that happens, though. We don't want to count any chickens or anything like that, obviously. So we'll see how well this goes. A very unusual game so far, this. All the teams being pushed into an urban location. 3 top teams being first, second, and third to go out of this game. There goes the nade to try and pick up the knock. Clib won't quite be able to do that, but with potential, we'll know that they are here. Not a bad circle for Na'Vi. They're going to be reasonably pleased with that. Diggory has managed to get into the circle with that flaming buggy. Goodness knows how. And we'll have to continue to move slightly further forward. Senya and Bestalock will have the north side of the next circle almost to themselves. 22 and Redline are going to find this incredibly tricky. You don't have far to go into the circle, but you have to dart between buildings, and you have to assume that every building is occupied by a different enemy. How do you deal with this? One way to deal with it is to rotate all the way to the other side of the circle. But you don't know who's there. If the circle is vast and there are lots of individual compounds that are far apart, you can assume people are in the compounds and just take some open area and risk it. Not really the case here. There is a potential for this to shift massively south to go on this road next, or it could go massively north and favor Bestalock and Senya. Diggory, reasonably close to Bestalock now. Bestalock is just looking around to see if Diggory's coming in behind him. They're so close to each other right now. And Diggory will hear that. That's music to his ears. He knows that the rest of Na'vi are hopefully moving out from where he is now. Diggory is not that interested in trying to... Oh! Well, I was going to say he's not that interested in trying to get the kill, but that's not actually Diggory shooting. That's Raise Your Edge. So this little valley with Senya might be quite dangerous because Diggory from up above could easily do a little bit of a 1v2. We're watching Redline though now, pushing up against the Sauna boys. They had to do something. All four of them are alive at least. They've already got 4 kills, don't forget. They won that initial team fight. But the question is, where are we going? Flashbang out. Flashbangs in return as well. Not really wanting them to gain any sort of position. Oh no, we've got the Sauna boys trying to flank across now as well. Misa chucking the frag. Are we going for the insta-res after chucking the frag? We might well be, but we have to get the first aid off as well. QB and Michael still alive for Redline. I don't think they're going to be pushing with 2 down, which is a good thing, but Misa getting taken down there. Here comes Sakura. Anonymous is down. Gets Michael. Only QB up. QB does enough to take out Sakura, though, and it's an insta-flush there. Marv and Michael both down. QB looking out against Misa and Nookie. Redline eliminated. Good shots there from Nookie. Will take out QB, and that is Redline out of the game. The Sauna boys up to 6 kills, but only 2 of them left alive. And it is going to be a little bit of a northern shift. Diggory really, really close to Bestalock. Did Senya die in the interim? It looks like it did. Here comes the smoke train. 5 underarm smokes, followed by jumping into the house from Diggory. They're trying to do a little bit of distraction on Bestalock. Oh, God, that's a dirty angle. I completely understand why he did that. That was delightful. Bestalock seeing exactly where he is, though. He's not falling for the smokes. He knows he's in the compound, and that could end up being a big, big trouble. Both players getting a headshot at Bestalock down to 1 HP. Absolute kawoomph there. Ents eliminated on the south side thanks to Northern Lights. The rest of the Sauna boys now sending it into the southwest part of the next circle. Razor Edge still at this compound on the right-hand side, but remember earlier on where we said Northern Lights actually have a really nice position because they can choose between the north of El Pozo or the south of Crater? Well, they've chosen the north of El Pozo and all 4 of them are still alive. Sure, they haven't got the highest kill count on the server at the moment, but they are looking just fly. Thank you very much. Spyro Bachelor's Turret Pick and Wanderer doing a very good job of just calmly holding their position there. Bestalock in the meantime. Oh my god, what a ridiculous number of nades. They spotted Bestalock coming a mile away. And the slow crawl might be enough. We don't know yet. All of the nades appears to be going to his left. Good opportunity to met up and hope that no one looks his way. Raise Your Edge certainly don't want to... Ooh, that could be closer. That is closer. Bestalock still on about half health. Raise Your Edge need to find a bit more. But do they want to waste all of this utility on potentially getting 1 kill? I'm not sure they do. Tempest pushing up now on with potential. Let's keep an eye on this push. We're on board with Clib. Micah already down on the ground floor of this compound, so they know it's at least 1 down. Really, really good angle there on Xvolution. Forcing the rest of the team upstairs, so they have time on their side now. They don't need to push this straight away. They can choose to wait, or they can choose to push together. They're going to push together. And with potential eliminated, Tommel managing to get the angle on Highman there before Highman destroyed him from inside that room. Trading a bit of damage, but Tommel coming out the better. And it is going to be on the road on the north side of El Pozo. So, Northern Lights, completely happy. If Bestelok can find a way of staying out of range of this compound, just allowing them to fight somebody else, that's going to be fine. Monkey tried to push up onto Northern Lights. Will pay the price for it, unfortunately. There's plenty of room for other people to get a word in. It's Monkey's first knock, but it doesn't matter. Spyro's going to finish it off with a beautifully placed frag grenade. The Adepts, 2 kills each for Furax and Philu this game. They've been pretty chilled out, to be honest. They've been on the west side of El Pozo for a while. And they're very happy just to continue sniping from this position. 4 points so far, and they're into the top 7 teams. 26 minutes now elapsed. And we're down to our final 7 teams here in game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much everyone is visible from this sort of location as well, which is nice because they don't have to move. 22 esports are right in front of them, though. And that's got to be a consideration. Both teams are black on the mini-map, but don't be fooled. They're not part of the same team. Here come the mollies into the building. 22 are in, so they know someone is out looking for blood. And don't forget the Saunit boys. I mean, very, very chilled out. They're not wanting necessarily to push anyone as a duo at the moment, but they're doing as much damage as they possibly can. Wow. Really nice juking on those hits, actually. Very, very impressed. Bestelok now spotting the Wanderer. Although I don't think he gets the point for that. No, he does not, because Noki is going to steal it for the Adepts. He's now inside the same compound. I thought he just stepped into the fire of the Molotov, but it appeared to die down just as he was moving in. His vest is broken. He's only got a semi-broken level 2 helmet, so Na'vi have problems right now. Fire is definitely one of them. Could potentially move out on the bike, but I'm not really sure what you're going to do if you do that. The rest of the Adepts, 22. Now fighting each other inside this building. 22 at the moment, coming out worse for wear. The Adepts still with all 4 available. That's Spyro on to Bestelok. Unfortunately, that's happening off screen, but we'll try and stick with these guys. And what happens to the last member of 22? That's free kill. The Adepts are hunting. They haven't spotted him just yet. Just inside one of these doors. Wanting to be as quiet as possible. One of the Adepts just went down to Nookie. That's unfortunate. That's because it's a 2-man rotation over to the north side of the circle. We've also got Northern Lights next to Tundo as well. That's frustrating. That's going to be half of their team dead, unfortunately. The scout didn't pay off. So Philo and Furax, the only 2 players left here. And don't forget, a member of 22 Esports is still inside that building. So definitely all to play for as Phase 8 now finishes shrinking. No more guessing the circles because the next phase is just going to push everyone into the middle. I'm going to go into free cam here because, to be perfectly honest, when so many people are inside compounds, it can make it a little bit tricky. So let's see who is firing at who. Tempest, Northern Lights, Sauna Boys, the Adepts, and 22 Esports. Free kill finally making his presence known. Takes out Furax. Philu is not going to be able to get the revive. As a result, the Sauna Boys are looking to come in and mop up. They do. The Adepts eliminated in 4th place. We've got the Sauna Boys now in potentially 3rd, trying to make that even better. Northern Lights and Tempest are in with a shout as well. They've got a good angle, but they got a good angle for only another 7 seconds or so. And people know that they're there. Misa already getting shot at, forced to use the smokes. This isn't hard cover. It's not ideal. Big grenade potentially coming out from Northern Lights. They missed Misa by about 5 meters. A little bit further, and that would have been big problems. Coming out now of the ring are Tempest. They need to think of a way to reliably engage Northern Lights, who are very close to the center of the circle. Northern Lights definitely with the best position. Not necessarily with the numbers advantage, though. Spyro and Perfect are going to have to carry this against 2 different teams. Even if you have the positional advantage, that is tricky to do at the best of times. Smoke's coming in for Tempest. They need to move out very shortly. I have to say, a grenade now would be fine, but I don't think Perfect has any of them left. Smoke's coming out. If you're wondering what he can see, this is what he can see at the moment, by the way. Wookie Bookie gets taken down by Perfect, and Misa, unfortunately, going down to his own Molotov. So at least the point will get denied there. Sorta Boy's out in 3rd place, and that means it's Tempest versus Northern Lights. Technically a 2v2, but Clib is down, so effectively making this a 2v1, where Northern Lights have got the high ground advantage as well. There's the potential to revive Clib, but I don't think that's going to happen. That grenade might actually be enough. Oh, I beg your pardon. It's actually a flashback. That's the frag. Smoke gets taken out. Hit onto Tomil. He's effectively 1 hit right now. Flashback coming the other way, but it won't be enough. Perfect goes ahead and cleans things up. Northern Lights with 11 kills. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, taking game number 1 by the scruff of the neck in tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims.